Imagine your favorite restaurant closed forever. In just 6 years, Applebee shut down over 300 locations. Olive Garden sales have been plummeting. TGI Fridays, Buffalo Wild Wings. What's happening to America's beloved dining spots? It's a crisis that's been brewing for years, even decades. And the end game might be way more drastic than we thought. Is there a way out? Or are we actually witnessing the slow demise of these American favorite giants? The truth goes far beyond simple marketing failures or impact of inflation. And in this video, I'm going to be diving deep into the collapse of these major restaurant chains. You'll discover the underlying reason behind their downfall. You'll learn what this means for the future of your favorite locally owned restaurants. And you'll learn how savvy small businesses can thrive amidst this turmoil. Stay tuned to uncover the hidden forces reshaping the American dining landscape. But first, let's look at why these chains are flailing. In 2022, Red Lobster thought they'd take a little bit of a hit with a projected $10 million loss. It turned out that the financial situation for Red Lobster was worse than expected. They suffered a loss of over $15 million in the end of the third quarter alone. In 2020, the Thai Union Group tried to rescue around 100 Red Lobster locations, yet their poor performances led to all of them closing. This struggle isn't just with Red Lobster. A lot of big restaurant chains are also catching losses hard. This isn't about food. It's a reflection of a shifting economic and social tide. But how did these big restaurants ever go mainstream in the first place? Well, back in the mid-20th century, the rise of the big restaurants was a culinary revolution. The post-World War II prosperity and booming economy fueled a dining-out culture. The 1950s and 60s saw the birth of the first iconic chains. These chains included IHOP, Denny's, Sizzler, and even the Waffle House. This made eating out hip, as they'd say. Big restaurants became synonymous with American culture. They saved a lot of people from cooking at home and provided another form of escapism. They achieved this with marketing, standardized menus, and even franchising. The downhill momentum for the big restaurants came with a series of seismic shifts. First, the rise of health-conscious dining in the 1980s. That challenged traditional fast food models. Fast forward, and the digital age brought the internet. This surge in demand disrupted the standardized menu of major chains. People sought diverse, local flavors. Fast forward to 2008, the financial crisis tightened wallets, steering consumers toward more effective alternatives. And then finally, the COVID-19 pandemic. That accelerated trends. For example, ordering through food delivery services. This opened the public's eyes to try different restaurants. They could easily find new restaurants by scrolling through these delivery services. Evolving tastes, technological advances, economic shifts marked a turning point. This turning point rocked the foundation of big restaurant dominance. Consumers are waving goodbye to the era of munching on generic, boring food. Now it's all about choices that align with healthier lifestyles. People want more from their meals. They're choosing salads over fries, then asking for transparency about sourcing. They're also seeking out a diverse, globally inspired flavor palette. The rise of local, sustainable, and diverse food options is a game changer. Big restaurants are often associated with a standardized menu and mass-produced ingredients. They find themselves at odds with a generation of foodies. The foodies crave authenticity and uniqueness. In a world where food isn't fuel, but an experience, shifting consumer preferences have become a force that demands innovation. It also demands a departure from cookie-cutter approaches. This revolution is putting big restaurants in the crossfire. They must either adapt or become a relic. The consumer's ever-evolving taste buds are a challenge. Economic changes also act like an unwanted anchor. They pull big restaurants into deep waters. Imagine the rent for a prime location skyrockets, which they have, and they'll continue to do. Rising rent pressures profit margins. Suddenly, that iconic spot that was bustling down the street becomes a privately owned investment company. Then there's a labor cost drama. Wages are rising and competition for skilled staff is increasing. They've caused major change to spend more money. This is a delicate balancing act. Pay enough to the A-team, but not too much to where it eats into the bottom line. And the bottom line, the big chains can't keep their locations fully staffed, forcing them to put more pressure on the staff they have. And that lowers food quality and service control. And let's not forget economic downturns like inflation. When wallets tighten, dining becomes a luxury, not a given. Major chains are accustomed to the steady flow of customers. They feel the pinch as people opt for more cost-effective alternatives. So with the rising costs and economic hiccups, the survival of even the mightiest chains is put to the test. Now, when a restaurant chain starts spreading its wings far and wide, opening new locations left and right, sounds like a success story, right? Well, it's not always. Overexpansion is like an ambitious chef who takes on too many dishes. It can dilute the brand identity and stir up quality control issues up the yin-yang. Imagine your favorite spot known for its unique vibe. Suddenly, popping up on every street corner. That exclusivity and charm that drew people in from the start starts to fade. It's no longer a special destination, it's just another restaurant on the block. That distinctive brand identity, poof, gone. Don't forget the story, the hare and the tortoise. It was a tortoise who was much slower than the hare who won the race. Take Chick-fil-A, for example. They have existed for 77 years and have under 3,000 locations. Meanwhile, KFC has over 25,000 locations. Despite this, Chick-fil-A is more profitable. Yet, Chick-fil-A profits have climbed every single year. KFC has always been a roller coaster, with the last 3 years declining year over year. Then comes the quality control drama. With more locations to manage, maintaining the same level of excellence becomes a juggling act where the balls end up dropping on the floor. Ingredients might not be as fresh, service might not be as sharp, and suddenly the magic that made the brand shine starts to flicker. So overexpansion becomes a cautionary tale in the world of big restaurants. Too much, too fast can turn a culinary success story into a watered-down version of its former self. And on the tech frontier, where big restaurants either ride the wave or get swallowed by it. Ordering has gone high-tech with apps ruling the game. App food delivery is another beast. Before you had to look on Yelp and Google or social media to find new spots. And even then, you didn't get a full picture of what the restaurant actually offered. Now you can search every nook and cranny in a 30-mile radius. You can explore the depths of each restaurant's offerings. And let's talk about engagements. If a big restaurant isn't actively engaging with customers, showcasing mouth-watering content, and participating in online trends, it's like shouting into the void while others are having a lively conversation. Most restaurants don't know how to use social media to get business. Big chains are even worse. A corporation owning the property causes a disconnect in social media. So big restaurants either ride the tech wave or risk getting swept away by competitors who've mastered the digital dining dance. When a restaurant giant falls, the shockwave is felt beyond the dining tables. Employees are on the front lines. They face closures, layoffs, and financial uncertainty. The livelihoods of countless individuals becomes intertwined with the fate of these restaurant giants. This includes chefs, servers, cleaning staff, and managers. Suppliers aren't left out either. Big restaurants often have extensive networks of local and global suppliers. The suppliers provide everything from fresh produce to unique ingredients. When a major chain faces decline or closure, it's a domino effect for these suppliers. Orders shrink and contracts are canceled. Small businesses that rely on supplying these giants take a big hit. Local economies bear the weight as well. Big restaurants contribute significantly to economical ecosystems of the area they're operating in. Closures mean less foot traffic, reduced spending, and a dent in local tax revenues. It's a chain reaction. It can leave communities grappling with economic challenges. These challenges extend beyond the walls of the restaurant. Big restaurants are trendsetters. They influence what we crave and how we dine. They have a ripple effect in the culinary world. When they stumble, it can signal a change in the culinary wind. If these giants once championed health-conscious, locally sourced, or diverse flavors, their decline might spark a surge in popularity for smaller, more nimble establishments. The smaller, more nimble establishments are leading the charge in these trends, and the void left by big restaurants can become a breeding ground for innovation. This is true for small, independently owned restaurants. The way we dine is also directly impacted. Major restaurants are often set to the standard for convenience, speed, and comfort. If they fail to meet these expectations, consumers might shift towards alternatives that better align with their preferences. They might embrace local eateries, explore delivery options, or seek out unique dining experiences. The major decline of major restaurants is a catalyst. It prompts us to reevaluate and reshape our dining habits. What could be the next restaurant model? What might it look like in this era of technological transformation? So, what do you think about big restaurants hitting rock bottom? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button to be notified when my next video comes out. And as always, to your success.